Sanibonani, Dumelang, Absheni. It's your boy, Upolo Mahlasela Ohlaso Omitu Mabele, Sijamotla Kameleng. I'd like to welcome you to another exciting episode of Spirit Matters. And with me, as always, Mpo, our ghost lady, is here. Bushe is here. Malonde is here. And we still have Nandi in studio with us. And of course, Mkulu Sishi is here. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Sanibonani. Usishi lo ngcaba umathenjwa ubayikhulu. Ngihamba nogoba amajanga samahle ombambo omageza ngobisi.
Yes, sir.
Did you tell them, by the way, that Nandi is my offspring?
Hey, I was waiting on you.
Hey, Marlon, offspring. What's that?
This is all what he said. Hey, I'm sorry. Sorry for the language. Sorry.
No, that's Zulu.
I get carried away. Yeah.
No, it's Zulu. It's proper Zulu.
Yeah, but we're not in Klambang.
Yeah, I know. When we describe like a cousin of mine or a brother of mine whose father is in English my dad's cousin, because his grandfather and my grandfather are brothers.
Yeah.
Sithi umfowethu uvusi wakasishi ozalwa kwelinye isende lakasishi.
Exactly. Disrespectful, ne?
It is, hey? And I always have this conversation with Kulega lapha emsebenzini, and he's also Zulu. Like, no, there is no vulgar.
No, it's just how it is. Guys, at one point I want us to make an episode on meat and how meat is distributed during umsebenzi. For example, women banikezwa ibele lenkomo, for example. But gogo, mina experience most of umsebenzi banikezwa isende lenkomo maseliphekiwe and they eat it.
Another thing, women are not supposed to eat in dog. Yeah.
There's many things like they say that the chest area of the meat is for the females because abantu besifazane bayafihla in the chest.
Secrets.
There is no such.
Plus their chest. If you know what I mean.
Then bese sikhuluma ngephaphu, which is the lung.
Yeah.
Iphaphu is normally eaten by the youth, abafana lababalusayo.
Yeah.
They have to fight over it.
Yeah.
Then it's pride.
Yes.
But from a spiritual point of view, bayasho futhi, and they say no. It's not just for them to eat it. It's also for those children that died through miscarriages.
Yes.
When the youth, the boys, the sons are eating it, nalabo bantwana nabo bayadla.
My favorite is the one where Masidla liver, right? It's mean song as a family.
Audacity. Eating audacity.
Hey, love. This other time, Unkos lapha emsebenzini told us this story. There was umsebenzi ugubo, right? And then Zulus, right? There is meat for the males. So they gave the males in meat and bazodla on that istebe or whatever you wanna call it. And what happened is that so it's guys, right? Then they're eating. So apparently there is this thing that happens lapha. It doesn't matter. So what happens is that if you want to somehow kill someone, yes, I don't know, there's something that you need to do, and then before you start eating, you must say mlungis. You know? Yes. So when someone asks what this, it tells them you must buy meat or whatever this person.
It's possible because it's part of chanting someone's name and doing it in the wrong way.
Oh, he said that you must drop a piece of meat and then you and
so that they choke. So guys, if you are vibrating higher, that's not going to touch you. Don't worry. They also, Abathakathi, and this episode is about Abathakathi, right?
Yes.
Abathakathi, they use imfene, a baboon. They apparently walk around with it 3 a.m. They have to be naked, and they keep digging and putting stuff in people's yards at that time, and they're doing so. Some societies in KZN, when they catch a baboon, Shame, poor Papuni. Maybe SPCA must be notified of this. Then they will kill the baboon. Then they will cook it. And the belief system is that everyone in the neighborhood must eat it.
Whoa.
Yeah, everyone. And the one who owns it
Will
will
not
surely choke
Oh.
on the meat. Now, the problem is you could eat it, Paul, and basically are choking just because of reflux. It has nothing to do with it. Then bazokubulala.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's hectic. When I grew up in the 80s, my dad once told me that I don't know which area in KZN they caught Umkhokha, they burnt her house, which is similar to what used to happen in the Dark Ages, where they used to burn witches on the stake because they didn't understand what they were doing. So when they catch you, they would burn your house, then they would take and go and cook you.
And then they eat you.
No, they just cook you. It's just a form of torture.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
What makes people to be evil? Is it jealousy? Is it because you want to achieve something in your life?
What
Yeah.
Paul says. I have my theories.
Yeah. For me, the way in which I got to learn to it. I remember on the last episode, we were talking a lot about like amagomonga, matwasa, right? And also when you go through that Sangoma journey, you
Yeah.
get taught a lot.
Yeah.
And also you get like everything spiritually gets revealed. The
Yeah.
yin and the yang,
Yes.
the good and
Balance.
the bad.
Correct.
And also it's like, if you know the matrix, you are given the blue pill or the red pill that you
Yes.
choose your way.
Yes.
Right. So certain people who get exposed to those things, because those things, it's easier.
Yeah.
Like everything that you've mentioned about, becoming,
Yeah.
it's like tough, right? It's emotional, it's painful.
Yeah.
So some other people want things easy.
Yeah.
So then they just say, you know what, I'm gonna mean your target. If look, and then it's like that's all I want.
Yeah.
Then
It's laziness.
yes, like they're not like Umkhulusishi who's passionate about helping people for free.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. So you use the word balance. Light, for us to understand light, there should be darkness.
Yes.
If you look at it from a physical point of view, everything that we see forms shape and block light. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Can you please repeat that? I want to make sure
Look
that
at
I
this.
get you correct.
Look at this. You can see everything else because of light,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But in order for you to see something, it has to form out of light, which means it blocks some sort of light in a shape and form, depending on, because form follows function. Then that's why I'm saying everything is formed using darkness
Yes.
or some level of darkness, not necessarily dark.
Yeah.
So you know in physics we do that prism experiment, right?
Yes.
Where they take a transparent triangle and they shoot white light into it, and then it slows down light, refraction, and then it splits it into different colors.
Yes.
Right? Colors are not darkness; they are just different frequencies of light.
That's okay.
This is exactly what I'm trying to explain.
Get you.
So you get away from light and then you form something. Right. Even that speaker there, if it was the same frequency as this light that we don't see, we wouldn't see it.
Yeah, it will be invisible.
Right.
Yeah.
Which means light needs darkness.
Yeah.
Darkness needs light. That's the yin and yang that you were talking about. That's the balance you were talking about.
Yes, sir.
Now, Christianity, the Bible teaches us that we are born into sin. Right?
Yeah.
It's very argumentative because children do not seem to be sinners. Children seem to be
Pure.
innocent and pure. And then they learn evil. Right. So the question is, why are some people evil? It is something that gets born out of us as we grow. And it doesn't, no one is born innately evil. Even Hitler was not evil when he was born. There's always those arguments, would you go back in time and kill baby Hitler? And everybody goes,
you want to kill a
but
baby?
it's a baby, do you get what I'm saying? Because, so he was evil when he grew up because he was unhappy with something that made him feel angry. It starts small, Paul,
Yeah.
very small. So in families, for example, you will find that you and your sister, people like comparing children. And they go, hey, Bugu Paul,
Oh,
uthole 100% esikoleni.
I know that. I know
When
that.
you
directly.
dom, do you get what I'm saying? What does that create in that child?
Resentment.
Resentment.
So you're saying abuse leads to
Yes.
people being
No, not necessarily. This is just one channel. This is just one angle.
Okay.
There are other ways where people become evil. Like, for example, your body could be inhabited by a very dirty soul.
Oh yes.
That's
another thing.
when we get amadlozi angcolile that need to be cleansed in us. Then that's when you start saying, Guti, yes, but Umho acted outside her character yesterday. And you know it wasn't her. It was a
Was it?
spirit that
Yeah.
went into her.
Yeah.
So does it mean it was Umpo that was evil, or was it the spirit? So it becomes very argumentative when you look at it that way.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm looking at it from a socio-economic perspective of Guti. Most people become evil out of, they think this is necessity.
Oh.
Do you get what I'm saying? Or they do that as a response to something that was very, very painful to them.
Yeah.
So I wrote on TikTok the other day, and I said, I read there's a statement that I read that speaks about pain leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. And then the cycle goes on like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it's all how you respond. It's all about how you respond. There are people who have the most beautifulest hearts, but when you start to listen to their story of how they were raised or the type of poverty they grew up in, you're like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. How can you still be such a nice person? Do you get what I'm saying? But then it comes back to the question of, all of this is a spectrum. Other people are completely evil, heartless, cold. Those ones, it could also be people who are psychopaths. Psychopaths have a differently wired brain to us. They have no way of feeling for the
Empathy,
other.
yeah.
They struggle with empathy. The doctors have studied it and they found a spot that shows that this person has this in their brain. That means this person couldn't feel for another human being. They get to a point where they even want to mimic others. You will see stories, or you will read about people that are psychopathic or sociopaths that will mimic you in crying, but they're not really crying because they don't know how it feels to cry. They don't know how it feels how to be sad. They don't know how it feels to be happy. It's basically a psychological condition. Is that person evil? I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, the Bible says we mustn't judge.
Yeah.
But there are people who say, I can't take it any longer. I hate black people as a white person, right?
Yeah.
So others will say, no, but Mkulu.
That's an example.
So others will say, but no, Mkulu, that person was taught to hate black people. They
Yeah.
don't really hate black people. So we can argue about it the whole day. At the end of the day, we're looking for the outcome. Are they evil? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right? So in families, especially black and African families, you get those people, and again, it goes back to balance. They say, "Ikwama is about two." Iskwama is a bag, right?
Yes.
So if you're a healer, you're going to have a bag. It has herbs in it. It has everything that you need to heal people and make them feel better, right?
Yes.
But they say there's another bag that is more dark. Both of them normally have to be inherited by someone. Someone has to take it. So kuba khona yes.
inherited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kuba khona umthakathi emndenini, kube khona isangoma emndenini.
So
And then
a person doesn't just like abe evil.
it
It's just drain them in.
So, okay. I'm giving you different channels of how it happens.
Yo, let's go. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying to you. There are psychological matters, there are socio-economic matters, there are spiritual matters.
And this is Spiritual Matters Podcast.
Well done. So, if you were raised being told you are stupid all the time and you are compared to your cousin or your sister who's way more cleverer than you, and you are told you'll never amount to anything, right? You are the black sheep of the family. You are told this at 7 years old, and you end up believing it. You are then going to say to yourself, it's like if you are in a relationship with a man that's always saying that when you are cheating, and then you end up being pissed off and saying, you know what, let me rather cheat for real.
Let me
Let me live.
Yeah, so yeah, so the same thing happens. Okay, so labantu laba abangboni, labantu are saying, "Guti mina, I am a horrible, I'll never amount to anything kind of person. Let me do it then. Let me do it." And then it starts small. The person becomes a bully at school, bullying other children. Usually, bullies are children that are crying inside because of what's happening at home. And then they are taking it out because they don't know where to vent that energy. Here's the thing about it though. Where is this energy? Where's the source? Why would a father do that to a child?
Post-traumas work.
Yes. So it becomes this vicious cycle. So that's why we say we need to cleanse the generational curses. It needs to stop at some point. If you're a white man that was raised to be told that black people are stupid, at some point you need to wake up and say, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
Because you will see how toxic hate is even in your blood. Hating takes a lot of energy out of you. How many muscles does it take for you to frown? About 45.
Yeah.
Yet it's only 2 that make you smile.
Hey, I love that quote. Yes, sir.
Do you get what I'm saying? So hate is very, very tough. But people like it.
Also footy.
Like it because destroying and destruction is easier. But it goes back to that balance factor. There's going to be Umkhokha emndenini and there's going to be a healer. There's going to be one who uses black magic. There's going to be the one who uses light. Right. Going to sound like race. Now.
No, if something's not black, that's you.
No.
That's not
So I'm saying it starts small and it's usually external factors. That's why I always say positivity, guys.
Yeah.
People must learn to use positive affirmations so that they can rise above. But it's hard. Sometimes it's a story of a woman who was married into this family and for some reason she could never bear children. And all days of her life, she was told doing Nyumba, she can't make babies, she's useless. What does she do? She gets angry and she wants to pay back. Then she kills all the children with Muti of the women that can bear children. So I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying the source of evil is very, very hard to spot because even the people that were laughing at you because you can't make babies, that's evil.
Yes. Yes.
They were very comfortable in abusing you. They were very comfortable in doing something that's wrong.
And it's funny, the abusers, for them, they don't see anything wrong with what they are saying or how they are treating you.
Yes.
Unless if it happens to someone that they love. Yeah. That's when they would be like...
Or maybe to them also, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it happens to them.
But now, we are all mirrors of each other. So when you who are being abused, and then you don't deal with it, you don't face it, you don't heal, then you'll go around bleeding on innocent people that didn't do anything to you. Because now you need to take it out. Sometimes I tell people, just exercise. Go and speak to someone. Heal. Healing is important. If you do not heal, you are going to take it out on the wrong people. Do you get what I'm saying? So evil is not easy to spot. But what I'd like us to talk about is why does it take long for ancestors and God to punish the one who's doing evil in the family?
I feel they don't get punished.
They do eventually,
Like,
but it takes long.
do they get punished afterlife or when they are old?
Afterlife and in the life that they're in.
Because, usually, when like, and I think this is the reason why I hate visiting hospitals. Like, we get a bar, a watch, a bar, and you see people suffering there. It's scary, Mpo. It's scary. And sometimes I get to think to myself, hey, the way umuntu akhala ngakhona, ukhala ngathi yena kade angayenzi into like isiphuma endleleni emhlabeni.
Yes. So here's what happens to people who are evil. To us, some of them look rich and they look happy.
Yeah.
But for some reason, there's something missing.
Yeah.
You don't know it because you don't know them. You don't know what is it that they are yearning for. Maybe your evil cousin, the one on Enyora, that Ukuthwala, and he's basically sold his soul to the devil. He just can never find love.
I don't think they can love those people.
No, but he yearns for it. He can't love, but he wants to be loved. And then he attracts people who use him. And then he can feel it and it hurts him. There's always something. You can have all the money in the world, but you're unhappy. Why? Uhambile, you went, you got your snake. And the snake is giving you the money, but there's always something to lose. In economics, they talk about the concept of opportunity cost. In gaining something, what are you foregoing? So the snake will end up raping your children.
Yeah.
And your children suffer. And you.
Yeah.
Now you don't sleep at night. There's a lady, I was watching this other podcast. This lady is rich as hell in Namibia. And she went and got a creature, some sort of creature from Ghana. And she now can't handle the creature. The creature has 4 heads and 4 penises.
Whoa!
And the 4 penises every night rape her.
With all 4 of them?
Well, each penis wants to be satisfied. Every night. But she has all the money in the world.
Every night?
Every night, she said. And she's gone everywhere. No one can get rid of this thing. No one. Even in Ghana where she went, she was told that unfortunately when you take this, you can never get rid of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And she took it because she wanted money. Right? So other people say, Mkhulu, but you can't judge them. The source of the problem is socio-economic factors. Politicians don't care about us in Africa. Now we end up with problems where we want money. We are poor. Right? Now, when you carry this creature and you bring it into the family, your ancestors step back. And they're like, we are no longer taking care of you. Okay, then use these animals to be rich, but we are never going to help you.
Oh my God.
Right? And then obviously everybody dies, and then you die. Usually, depending on the criteria of what you took and what you are using, there are terms and conditions.
Yes.
You may die, but you may not cross over because of what you did.
Yeah.
Now you are stuck, and this creature is in this house, and this creature is
finishing the
messing up the umsamo, the spiritual framework. Now ancestors are upset, and now they are talking to the sons and the daughters that are the children of the light. Now Paul can't get a job. Paul can't have a business. Paul can't have money, can't have love, because someone died donkey years ago. Ukuthwala, they sold their soul and they went and got a creature from Ghana.
Yes.
Now that creature is causing havoc in this home. No one progresses because of them. We need to cleanse and we need to destroy that creature. And not everybody can do that. There are people who specialize in that. In the meantime, while you're trying to get help, the damn thing is raping the children.
And like those things are powerful. Like it's more like exorcism.
Yes. Yes. That's one thing, I always say, nothing beats God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was reading this other book. I can't remember what. But then the father and I, they are toiling and all that. But then the toiling, okay, they told him, okay, at a certain age, you need to mentor your firstborn child so that they can take over. So the son Shembega holy and but because of how hard the father was, and sometimes based on the book, whatever your dad says, you follow.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't question, you don't. So he felt that he's obliged to though he does not agree with it. And he took it. But at some point he felt, no, I can't. And then he passed on.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Yeah. So it's a very sad thing to use. What I experienced years ago made me realize. Remember, I told you the story of a creature that came into my room. I realized, Uguti, even though these creatures are made here in Africa, these creatures are older than time.
Yeah.
Because when you use the name of Jesus, they run.
Oh.
So I was like, wait. If these creatures are made in Africa and they are basically black creatures,
Yeah.
why are they afraid of Jesus? How do they know Jesus?
He's white. I'm kidding.
How do they, how do they know Jesus? Why does the word of God, why does the Bible scare them? You know what I mean? Then I realized something. The more I dug deep, the more I was questioning them. All these things are zombies, Umkhokha, or Tigoloshe, the small boys. All of these creatures are creatures that were formed during the war in heaven.
Oh.
Between the devil and
God.
And God.
Those are the fallen angels.
Yes.
So that's why.
Because when you pray in your dream, when you're having batilach Mary, something is strangling you.
Nightmare,
and you can't move,
yes,
and you feel like you can't breathe or something like that. When you start to pray and you use Christianity and you use Jesus' name, they run.
Yes.
Now listen to usually when you're having bad dreams, okay, that's how you grew up. And my mom was like, no, you must just open the Bible and just sleep. And that night nothing happens.
Yes.
Because there's a word of God in the Bible.
Mina, like, I don't want to lie, in that mirroring Bamba, so many times. So many times. And it like, come to your poop, and it poop is in ne?
Yeah.
And we are spoke over, go back to Velu, but now, Sabam so I've gotten used to it, so point by like saying I use an aming bam. And in Bamba, every time Mangle Pizzu,
yeah.
Sometimes I check myself and I'm like, maybe I'm gonna have an out of body experience. Maybe my soul is gonna come out. But I'm like, nah, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it feels so forced. I'm moving away from the mic. But when something like
So the whole thing of Ilach Mary, guys.
So it's Lach Mary, not Night Mary.
I don't know. You tell me, because Joburg people use that. We don't call it Ilach Mary.
Hey, we call it Night Mary, but Lach Mary.
I mean, ever since I got to Joburg, I heard them call it. It happens in different forms.
Yeah.
And you need to judge it by how you're feeling when it comes.
Yeah.
Like you may have fear.
Yes.
Or you may, you may have anger, whatever. So usually sometimes it's a demon that comes to attack you. Sometimes it's a creature, some spiritual creature that's evil. But what I learned over the years, sometimes it's not a bad creature. It's exactly what you just said. You're about to have an out-of-the-body experience, but you are scared. You are uncomfortable. So your soul is trying to come out so that you can see other things in spirituality.
Yeah.
Sometimes an uncleansed ancestor, idlozi elinga clean, can come to you. I call it bringing death in your midst, Because when you are, like in maths, positive and negative cancel out.
Yeah.
You are alive, you're a positive, and that spirit is negative. So it cancels out. So I would realize, I would study with, okay, sometimes this thing, when it comes, I can feel it, but I pray and nothing happens. How come there are times when it's afraid of Jesus' name and sometimes it's not? So others will say maybe it's faith. But no. Even if you just mention Jesus' name, this thing runs.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not a creature, an evil creature. Sometimes it's just one of your long-lost relatives that's trying to show you something.
So how do you then allow yourself? Because it's very uncomfortable and it's scary. I'm scared to have out-of-the-body experience.
People don't protect their environments, Paul.
Because how do I come back?
People don't protect their environments. You can protect your environment. Crystals, prof salt, herbs. There are herbs like intelezi yokuchela nje iciceke libe clean kungabi khona izinto that come through to your house. There are things that you can use to protect your house and cleanse your house. But out of the body experience is not, you should not be scared. You, in spirituality, you will read about something called the silver cord. When you dream and you astral travel, your soul is still connected. You can Google it after this. Your soul is still connected to your body via an invisible silver cord that makes sure that you still come back. Okay. You don't. It's like you're tethered. You don't just fly off.
Like a
like a balloon. Yeah. You need to. Then, if that happens, then you won't come back.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I hear you. So,
Who wants to ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. So, what I wanna say, what about, like, most of the time, okay, and then he says, "Imam only ulala bheke phezulu." Yeah. It's like a thing ukuthi malalo bheke phezulu. It's like ulele njengesidumbu. Yes. So bona they coming to say, okay, so when you wanna be a student, let's make you one. But ungalalo bheke phezulu, and then maybe in time like maybe we so. Yeah. Just on a side. Yeah. Then nothing will happen to you. Yeah. So from my experience, ngaze ngalala ngibheke phezulu by any chance. Noma ngathi ngiyawuzosingaza mkhulu. Ngala ngusubami kubheke ngeside. So ubaba yena always says it's only if ulala ubheke phezulu.
Well, my experience, it was the pillow, and I stopped using a pillow years ago. When I sleep on the pillow, I don't know, in the middle of the night, they would turn me, the creatures, and they would just push my head so
oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm so loud.
into the pillow, and I can't breathe,
Oh.
Until I pray. It's funny how, the more you struggle, the more it pushes against you. Yes. And that moment when you relax, because sometimes they stop you from saying Jesus' name or praying.
Yeah.
They stop you. And then you know how bad it was for me. They made me forget the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, me too.
They made me forget it. They made me forget it. And I was like, what in God's name? So I just invented my own prayer, because I couldn't. So I hear you. Others say when you're lying up, but there are those that lie up, nothing happens to them. So it's many things. But I want to go back to the issue of Abathakathi in families that are not being punished, guys.
Yeah.
The problem, guys, because this is making matters very bad for Amadlozi where they are, it becomes filthy because their children are using filthy magic, dirty black magic. But if they kill, if it was to say, you know what, Skatele Manju Paul, Setarate enough, Siabong, we're taking him. That creates a curse, Umkhokha, in the family. Abanye abantu now sebezoloke beqala befa. Remember, there are activities in spirit that when they happen, they create some sort of energy force. So when they make a punishment so severe that they kill you, they themselves kill you, things will go wrong. That is why you would rather find a way to protect the family through medicine, herbs, through prayer, through imisebenzi yokugezwa kwamadlozi, so that things can be better at home. When we are clean and we are in a clean place spiritually, that person who's trying to do stuff, it normally hits back at them.
Oh, yes.
Because I just protectile wena. That's why we have lomuthi ekuthiwa umpinda mshaya. Because it takes things back. It's return to sender.
Yes.
But you have to mix it with other things. So others will say, but Nkulu, returning to sender, you are paying revenge. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying pay revenge. I'm saying protect yourself.
That's all.
You know, when you put a boundary wall in your house because there's too many thieves outside. Yeah, stop nonsense. So you're not doing that because you're trying to be bad to the thieves outside.
Yeah.
You are just protecting your space. You are protecting yourself. That's all I'm saying. Protect yourself and keep fixing it. Other people are lucky, guys. There are surnames, there are clans where if you just start to try, you won't last a year.
But then why do ancestors take time to deal with that person?
That's what I just explained, because they can cause a curse.
Yeah, if they just take you like that, like Umkhokha.
Them just from you having a thought, and they can do this thought is consistent. Out. Before you even go there, out.
But you haven't done any black magic. You were thinking about it. Again, remember the background, what we spoke about. Maybe you were hurt years over years.
Yeah.
Maybe you were forced by evil ancestors to take the evil bag. Abanye, like you explained, are asked to take over a snake.
Yeah. You know, Mkulu, like on TikTok, I see amanye amasangoma like Abathakathi who are proud of the witchcraft that they do, and that has really ruined this spiritual space of ours.
Correct.
Right, because now every sangoma falls under the same bracket. Even Gogos Koteni was even saying this on the podcast, that she feels like leaving, Ubunyanga, because of, number one, it comes with hardships, right? And then another thing is that, the things that is currently happening because if you look at Gogos Koteni and Goko Maweni, are the people like that are in the forefront because they're more famous.
Yes.
Right. And like you see the things that happen in between them, the fights, like that was really unnecessary. So all that, she looks into it and she's like, but is it necessary though? Because Nitening Bizelo Ukhila, but look at what's happening. So of course there's pain that, like she may be going to, but she even came to a point of saying, you know what, Mina, I'm gonna leave this thing and alternate to Christianity. Like I'm saying it to me, I'm a Christian, and like I'm such gay little is, like as Winyang. And it's not only her, Samuel, the actor from Generation. I don't know, like I forgot his name.
I remember.
Samuel, the guy that raised.
Yeah, I remember him.
He's now a Christian, like he preaches and stuff like that.
Yeah, even
I think he tossed up that guy.
Yeah,
he did.
Samuel did. Right. So it's that kind of thing to say now. Those who are pure or those who are pure, like if I were to put it, they now turn back to say, like what you call me for, like it's not it because of now. And then whilst the ones that are dark, they take pride in it. Like they even post about, Ilwane Zabo, Inyoka Zabo. And like there's this video that I watched of this other sangoma. It's like me, it's like Z2, I don't know, like, but like I have Indume Z2.
Yeah.
Lana nyanche la, wangena la. Aksana kubuya la. And so meaning it's the negative one.
Yes.
I understand. That kind of thing like that. And they take pride. But also there's this trend, it's
yes.
And now there's a lot of people now signing up to that thing because all in the name of economics.
Yes.
Right. So what are your thoughts on that?
But it's also the issue of the shift that's happening. It's now becoming clearer who's evil and who's not.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. So there's now going to be that divide that shows us. But ultimately, it starts within you. It's the yin and yang you were talking about.
Yeah.
If you choose to embrace your dark side and you let it consume you, you are going to be destructive.
Then let's talk about the people that were saying Pastor Enigma is like
So
evil or negative.
there's a couple of people who are having these prophetic visions and dreams and whatnot. I forgot the name of this woman who said, she was taken to heaven and she was told how evil Pastor Enigma is.
Wow.
Right? Then others, they come and they say, Mina, I had a dream and Jesus spoke to me and Jesus was ranting and raving about Pastor Enigma.
Wow.
Guys, the spiritual realm is very complex. Sometimes you need to have that vision or have a dream, and when you wake up, you pray so that you can evoke the spirit of discernment. You're going to think you were dreaming of Jesus when it wasn't Jesus. You're going to think you were in heaven and you were not in heaven.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So be clear on what you are teaching the world. Be clear what you are sharing with the world.
And it's so negative and cool.
Yeah. Like, Pastor Enigma is teaching fear.
Yeah.
Yet 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 says, I did not make you in the spirit of fear. Yeah. So, guys, read the Bible, read the Torah. Don't just sit on one thing. Meditate, pray, ask for discernment. I mean, guys, even when I don't know what to do anymore about a situation that I think is something that I should deal with. Let's say I have a problem with my child and I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
I pray and I go, God, I don't know what to do. I love my child, but I feel like I'm losing her. I don't know what's going on. Help me, Lord. Then an answer will come.
Yeah.
If I'm really sincere, I want to solve this because it's a problem for me.
Yeah.
The same thing with someone sent me a message last month and said, Mkhulu, there is just so much out there. We don't know what to trust anymore.
Exactly.
And I'm like, then don't go and consume everything. Go inside.
Yes, like Thabo was saying.
Speak to God. Speak to God. God will give you the answers. Maybe God will take you to the real heaven. I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe you will see the real Jesus. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, don't take everything we say. Don't say, Mkhulu Sishi told me this.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I always say, even when it comes to Ukupulis Tunya, don't come to me and say, Mkhulu, how much is Ukupulis Tunya? I'm like, wait, were you told that you must come to me?
Yeah.
What do you mean, Mkhulu? Don't you do that as a service? It's not a service. It's not a service. It's not a business.
You know, and Mkhulu, like everyone seems to be coming out saying that they've been to heaven. I'm still waiting for that Pastor Mpogo's picture that he took with God, that selfie picture that he promised us.
From a Samsung, no,
no, but guys,
it was a Samsung.
Yeah, like, let's face it, Mkhulu, like, you've told me about your experiences, like, being in heaven.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't come here in the podcast and rave about it.
Because I could be wrong, Paul. What if I was just streaming? Do you get what I'm saying? I would rather we talk about the real things that spirituality does, that I see. I'd rather talk about people that come to me, they haven't worked, they haven't had a job for 7 years, and they're now starting a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about it. And then I'd rather talk about alignment. Align. Find your own truth.
Yeah.
Yes, Nkulunkulu told me, this is heaven.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it really heaven? I don't know.
Yeah.
Brain is a very complicated thing.
Yeah.
You know, even when I'm doing readings, sometimes I tell my wife that, I can't believe that I've been doing this thing for so many years. But every time, right before I do a reading, I still get nervous. And Koska's is like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm like, what if nothing comes? Lo muntu sekhanyisile ubeka 250 lapha. And when I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't see anything. Imagine. Kumnyama. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I still get scared because at the end of the day, I'm human. I'm not Jesus.
Yeah.
So, but when I sit down with you, things come and we start talking and the person says, Mkhulu, how do you know that? I don't know. I don't know how I know it. I said, I don't think it's me who knows it. I don't think it's me talking anymore. Someone else is talking. But please, guys, protect yourselves. I know it's upsetting you. You guys have been sleeping Ngokarwa Mazambani for years.
Yeah.
Yet your cousin, uhlala eBryanston. Cousin wako doesn't even have a certificate in whatever. We don't even know what he does.
We don't
know what he does, but tina speti certificate. But your cousin, high shame, his motto, ahamba ngazo. We don't know what he does. We don't like, even if Klambe Guselama drugs would be comfortable, it's okay, he's a drug lord. We know where the money comes from.
Yeah.
But now we don't know what he does. And then everyone is suffering. Everyone is suffering. And then you start to notice everyone in the family has to be a Twasa. Everybody has to be Sangom. Because the ancestors are trying to create the shift, to fix it, to create the balance. There's a problem in this family. People need to cleanse their ancestors, but protect yourself. If you want to do it via Christianity, do it. You want to do it via Islam, do it. You want to connect with Amadlozi, do it.
Yeah.
But learn Guti estate Samadlozi. How do you work with it? What do you do in order for you to connect with Amadlozi Kanyayo?
Yeah.
Because I want Goli Wonke Paul.
Yeah.
They're not all dirty. Some of them are clean up there. They were the ones that ascended. And they are watching. They can see what's happening. They can protect you.
Yes.
You have been brought here as this generation to come and fix this problem so that everybody can be rich in the family. Or not necessarily rich, but content. Abantu ababe happy, guys. Paul, you see it. People are getting divorced. High level of miscarriages, abortions. People are not getting married. People are not getting jobs. People are drug addicts. People are drinkers, alcoholics. For some reason, Paul. You do not have money, but you are always drunk, cuz. Why? When are you always drunk? Where do you get money for this? It's me. And then they take me to the tavern. I don't even pay, you know?
Wow.
So why is that? Because something is wrong in the family. Yet, and guys, please don't get me wrong, Paul. People are going to ask, okay, but Nkulu, some of us were the only ones successful in the family, but as 12.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Then it's fine. So long as you know which one are clean, then it's fine.
But also, like, there's great responsibility.
Yeah. You will find that Idlozi is relying on you to fix it for everyone.
Exactly.
1. 2, maybe that family itself does not fully belong to this family.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this whole thing of Uguthwala no Baba when they were married.
Yeah.
Amadlozi Arama that are actually leading this family.
Yes.
It's not Abarabab.
Yes.
Abarababa is so dark.
Yeah.
The father's side is so dark that it can't be fixed. But when you are safe because you are still being led by your maternal ancestors, then for some reason when you just always succeed while others are falling.
Yeah.
But sometimes, guys, it's simple. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah.
Go and learn a skill. You don't have to have a degree and a diploma.
Yeah.
Learn a skill. Do something.
Yeah.
Fix the things that are a problem at home.
Yeah.
And you will see soon enough everybody flourishes.
Definitely. Hey man, this has been beautiful. But I'd like to give any parting words. Anyone who'd like to have parting words? Ghost Lady, you good? Okay, cool. Do you wanna say something? Okay, cool. Yeah, man. As Mkulu has said, as much as you guys may be frustrated with having family members who are practicing witchcraft, but yet they don't seem to be having some sort of punishment, their day is coming. But also, ancestors, they are also aware. Thing is, ancestors cannot just act immediately, as Mkulu said, because they're avoiding into ebizo Umkhokha, Zulu. I don't know what is it in English. A curse, right? The ancestors are avoiding creating a curse within the whole family. Now everyone is dying. Every month you guys are, having a burial, a funeral. So it's that kind of thing that ancestors are avoiding. But as long as you protect yourself at all times. Like in boxing, when they start the match, they say protect yourself at all times. So do that. Do that to yourself, do that to your partner, do that to your children, do that to the whole entire family. I'm a guys, like Nama need to practice that, right? Making sure that, I'm using hot salt, I'm using impindam shai, I'm using crystals, just covering the four corners of the yard, just ensuring that, not only from our neighbors, Ukoko was next door, but also our family members.
Sea sand or river sand mixed with paraffin or spirit and jay's fluid and cloth salt.
Yes, sir.
Put it in your yard.
You're gonna be I'm gonna write it down on the description. Please do send it on me.
All right.
To me on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write everything that Khuli has listed so that you guys will have it on the description. But also you can reach out to Khuli Sishi. I'm gonna put his numbers, his WhatsApp numbers. You can get directly if you wanna consult, if you wanna cleanse and stuff like that. But also,
or if you want Wi-Fi.
Yeah, also, if you also, I was about to mention, also when you want Wi-Fi, website hosting, and
ADSL, VoIP, you name it.
Yes, sir. Reach out to Khuli Sishi, or just go directly to www.vector-online.co.za. That's where you're going to find your website hosting and your Wi-Fi, right? And then if you're looking, for fresh kicks, your Nikes, your Adidas, your Pumas, the latest trends, kicks that are the sneakers, and also perfumes. You want to smell nice, your Yaras, and so on and so on and so on. Make sure that you go to laroyale.co.za. laroyale.co.za. We'll see you on the other side, man. Please support us. It's been a pleasure. And again, as always, culture nowadays. I'm making it a culture.
Yes.
If you're watching this for the first time, please drop in like a flag of where you're watching this episode too. But if you're watching it within South Africa, drop in the location. And also, man, I don't have a hashtag for this episode.
Hashtag protect yourself.
Exactly. Hashtag protect yourself. Protect yourself. We'll see you on the side. For me, Khuli Sishi, the team, Ompo, Butle, Malwande, and Nandi, we love you. We'll see you on the other side. Boom.
Tozan.